Hello everyone, I am Prince Misra and I hope that all of you have done well in your prelims examination. And by this time, you must have checked your answers with different keys. Now is the time to channelize your energy and prepare for your mains. In mains preparation, I don't think that I need to emphasize the importance of optional, because you must have realized by now that optional plays very crucial role in overall selection and of course getting a good rank. So in this session, I will mainly talk on what to do and how to do for geography optional preparation in next 75 days. These 75 days are going to be very crucial for your optional, and also please be very clear that whether you have good command over optional, good command over geography, or you are not having good command over geography is not very relevant at this point of time. What will be more decisive, that how you are channelizing your energy in next 70-75 days. Because might be you have well prepared in geography optional, but if you will not do the proper revision, if you will not do the answer writing in optional, so definitely you can lag in the geography optional, and might be someone who has not done all these exercises earlier, and if he or she will try to do it in proper manner, so definitely they can take a lead. Because all of you need to very much clear that this optional preparation specifically, you are preparing your optional and you have to write the mains, and in mains when you will write the, let's say you are writing, so when you will write, you have to write just better answer than your competitor. So your preparation should be well channelized, well focused. ऐसा नहीं कि केवल आप ज्योग्राफी पढ़ते जा रहे हैं and you are just trying to gain more and more knowledge. Also, we know that giving suggestions, giving so many ideas that you need to do this, you need to do this, is very easy. But when it comes to the execution, but when it comes to the implementation, it becomes very tough, and especially those students who are going to write the mains for the first time. So you have to prepare 4 GS paper, you have to prepare essay. In fact, also you have to look out the language papers. So you have to do so many things. In that backdrop, it will not be very easy for you to give 10 hours, 12 hours only for the optional. Of course, there is no denial that optionals are very crucial, but equally important is your other part of the mains. So you have to do in geography optional only those things that are doable. So the first very important point that all of you need to understand, that when you are getting so many suggestions, try to implement only those suggestions that are implementable. अब अगर आपसे कहा जाए कि पूरी ज्योग्राफी आप पढ़ डालिए, सभी थिंकर्स को आप पढ़ डालिए, all the topics you need to be on your tips, You need to have good command over whole of the 20 chapters. You need to draw good diagrams, good flow chart. For me, giving you this suggestion or giving you the list of books that you need to read this book or you need to follow this material will be very easy. But is it going to be executable? क्या आप कर सकते हैं 70-75 days में? Because if you will let us assume that you are going to prepare your optional from tomorrow only. That is not realistic, because a lot of students will still have some form of doubt that whether they have done well or not. Whatever the suggestion we used to give, that no, you need to just carry on your preparation, but I also understand the realistic part. I also understand कि students के mind में क्या चलता है, because we are also on the same page earlier, so we know it very well. So if I am assuming कि आप कल से ही preparation कर रहे हैं, 75 days you will have, and you know that in optional total you will have 20 chapters. So if you will look out from this perspective, you will find hardly you are getting 3.5 days for one chapter. 3.5 days for one chapter. And in this 3.5 days, you are not only supposed to prepare your optional, you have to do other things also. So please try to implement only those things that can be doable. क्योंकि टाइम की आपके पास बहुत कमी है. सो इस टाइम में ऐसा पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं कि नहीं सारी किताबें पढ़ लीजिए, सारे जितनी भी आपकी रेफरेंस बुक है सबको एक बार रिवाइज कर लीजिए, सबको एक बार पढ़ लीजिए, जो आपने नहीं कवर किया है उसको नया पढ़ना शुरू कीजिए. दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी बेनिफिशियल फॉर यू. दैट विल नॉट बी, might be it can be beneficial, but it will not be easy for a student who has just started or who is not well prepared in geography optional. So I will only suggest those things that can be doable. Approach to geography optional 2021. Now I am assuming that all of you must have completed your optional preparation before prelims. Here you will have the two categories. Might be you have done it yourself or might be you have taken the help of some classes. So आपने खुद से किया हो या classes के through किया हो, definitely I am assuming that you have done your optional. Now is the time to get hold of whatever you have done, whatever you have prepared. Now is the time to get hold on that. And how you will get hold on that? You will get hold on that through the revision. Revision is going to be key. Now, this is the case for those students who have earlier completed, but I am also very much aware that at least 10 to 20% students will be of those category who might be either they have started their preparation of very late, or they were having some doubts related to optional, or might be they thought that this year their prelims will not be clear, but they have done very well in the prelims. So there will be 20-25% group of student who might not have completed their optional fully. So if they have not completed their optional fully, but also they must have studied at least those part of the optional that is overlapping with the GS. So ऐसा तो कोई नहीं होगा, क्योंकि ज्योग्राफी अगर ऑप्शनल आपने लिया है, so you must have studied for GS, you must have studied at least for the few of the basic units like physical geography. So ऐसे स्टूडेंट जिन्होंने पूरा ऑप्शनल नहीं भी कंप्लीट किया है, but they must have read some portions of their optional. So for them also, please be very clear, for them also, those who have not completed their optional, the main thing, the main priority should be revision. Revision of what? Whatever you have studied. तो अभी आप उसके बारे में मत सोचिए कि जो आपने पढ़ा ही नहीं, बिल्कुल से अभी नया है, अभी केवल उस बारे में सोचिए that you already have completed. So केवल try to summarize, try to get a hold of whatever you know, whatever you know. So revision is going to be the key. Now, how to revise? Is simply opening your notes, class notes, or your books that you have studied, or the short note that you have prepared is going to helpful, or you have to do something else. So here you need to know that the revision is important. I am sure that every one of you must be aware that revision is important, but because never ever forget in next 75 days that you will have limited time. So revision should be time bound. So the most important, or you can say the key point here is time bound revision. So if you are getting 3.5 days for one chapter, the maximum leverage you can take is, let's say you will have some unit which you know that you can revise in 2 days, so you can shift that extra 1.5 days that you are saving in some of unit to revise some of the bigger units like physical setting, like geomorphology, like climatology, like geographical thought, like economic geography, like regional planning. But your revision should be time bound. And here comes the role of answer writing. Answer writing is a kind of, answer writing mainly serves two purposes. First, it help you in time bound revision. Answer writing will help you in time bound revision. Let's say you have decided that on this Sunday you are going to write a test by yourself or through under the guidance of some mentor. So if you have decided that this Sunday you are going to write test of geomorphology, so you are bound to revise your geomorphology. Might be in next 2 days, 3 days you will be able to just revise few topics of landform development, few topics of like channel morphology and continent and ocean development theories. You are not able to revise whole unit, but you will be bound to read whatever you can read in next 3 days, because after that on next Sunday you have to read some other chapter. So that first of all, answer writing will help you in time bound revision. The second thing, it will be a kind of test, it will be kind of accountability. Whatever you are reading, whatever you are studying, are you able to present itself? Are you able to take it to the answer key, answer sheet? Because sometimes you will find that while reading you know each and every concept very clearly, लेकिन जब आप उसी को लिखने लगते हैं, so you will not be able to recall the facts, you will not be able to recall the data, you will not be able to recall कि कौन सा इसमें diagram draw करना है. So there will be a lot of problem in recalling those things and reproducing in the while writing. So answer sheet आपको answer writing ये भी help करेगा, because it will give you a chance. It will give you a chance to test yourself. Are you able to write it properly or not, whatever you are studying? Because you need to very much clear. It doesn't matter that whether you are studying 100 topic or you studying 50 topic. What matters most, are you able to write the answer which is being asked in the question? So are you in a position to answer the question? Sometime you will find with minimum knowledge, a better answer can be written. Because in preparation, a lot of students have so many myths related to the optional. They always think that if they are preparing the optional, so in optional they need to have so much knowledge. Of course, knowledge is important, understanding of the optional is important. But you are preparing the optional for the examination. You are preparing optional among some of the competitors. So let's say 100 students of geography are going to write the optional, all the 100 students are not going to get selected. So you have to be best among your competitors. तो उसके लिए कैसे बेस्ट हो सकते हैं? It is not only through the content. Content is not going to differentiate, because if let's say all the students are very good academically, so definitely they will learn each and everything. So if the question is related to discuss the landform development theories, so I am sure majority of the students will write good landform development theories. They will be able to write. But what will make the difference among the students will how they are writing. So it is not the content, it is the presentation. Presentation will be very important. Presentation have different aspect. So I will talk more on the answer writing session. Here you need to understand that revision is going to be very important key. Other than revision, when you will revise, I am sure that you are going to revise only those things that you have studied before prelims. To be frank, you can say mainly you will revise the static part. So static part you will revise. Now, once you have revised your static part, you also need to be very much clear about the general trend, general pattern of optional. What is the general pattern of optional? That also you need to understand. Here you need to understand paper 1, paper 2 have completely different pattern. As far as in paper 1 concern, still conceptual clarity is important. So here the key is look out the syllabus, read all the topics. Here what suggestions I can give to some of the new students. because those who have already completed their optional, so they will have the class notes or they will have a reference book, वहां से उन्होंने पढ़ा होगा. बट जो स्टूडेंट ऐसे हैं कि जिन्होंने ज्योग्राफी पूरी तरह से कंप्लीट सिलेबस नहीं किया, and they have done very well in prelims and they are very much hopeful to write the mains examination. Of course, first very important aspect is the answer writing. तो आप आंसर राइटिंग करिए ही करिए, बट उसके साथ में जो बेसिक रेफरेंस आपने रेफर कर लिया है, जस्ट रिवाइज इट आफ्टर रिवीजन, बिकॉज यू हैव नॉट कंप्लीटेड, सो द रिवीजन विल ऑल्सो टेक लेस टाइम. सो आफ्टर रिवीजन, let's say you have not completed biogeography, let's say you have not completed economic geography, let's say you have not completed regional planning. So in biogeography, in economic geography, in regional planning, do not try to just take up some books, some reference books and start reading all the topics. That will not be very suitable approach, right approach at this point of time. इस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे आप क्या कर सकते हैं? द बेस्ट वे इज, दोज स्टूडेंट हु हैव नॉट फुल्ली प्रिपेयर्ड देयर ऑप्शनल, जस्ट प्रिपेयर keywords. So let's say you have come across with the term gene pool center. Let's say you have come across with the term economic development, economic growth. Let's say you have come across with the term limits to growth. Let's say you have come across with the term growth pole. Let's say you have come across with the term core periphery. So try to understand the meaning of those terms. Try to understand the meaning of those terms and try to prepare at least 50 word write up. पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट आपको नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, उसकी भी एक लिमिटेशन है. अब अगर आपसे कह दिया जाए कि नहीं पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट समझ लो, फॉर मी सजेस्टिंग दिस विल बी वेरी इजी कि ठीक है आपने रीजनल डेवलपमेंट एंड प्लानिंग नहीं पढ़ा, रीजनल प्लानिंग चैप्टर नहीं पढ़ा, सो टेक अ रेफरेंस बुक एंड रीड ऑल दोस थिंग. बट इज इट गोइंग टू बी इजी फॉर अ स्टूडेंट हु हैज नॉट covered the whole syllabus before prelims and now you will have hardly 2-3 days time for one chapter? So in those 2-3 days time, if you will take out the books and you will start reading, that will not be helpful, and in fact that will be, you can say, wastage of time. That will be wastage of time. The best thing what you can do, you can take out the keywords and you can prepare 50 word write up on those keywords. So हर कीवर्ड, मेन कीवर्ड देखिए जो टॉपिक का है, जो आपके सिलेबस के चैप्टर का है, एंड जस्ट प्रिपेयर 50 वर्ड्स राइट अप. एंड आई थिंक, लेट्स से you have not done the regional planning earlier, and if you will sit with the reference book, if you will sit with any of the material that is available, I am sure that within the 4-5 hours time you will be able to prepare that list, 50 words. After that, just revise it and just try to write in the answer. So while writing answer, while writing the test of any test series, try to write and try to present within those 50 words in 100-120 words. So try to extend your topics with general presentation. This is going to be realistic approach, because at this point of time for a newcomer who have not prepared fully, it will not be very easy for them to start fresh and read all the topic. So this can be done by some of the students who have not fully prepared in geography optional. All right, coming back to the general approach, as far as paper 1 is concerned, conceptual clarity is mainly important, and conceptual clarity is associated with all the topics. So all the topics, conceptual clarity is important. In paper 2, More important is of issues. More important is of information. More important is of themes. So here the conceptual clarity is of course required, but that is not the primary thing. That is not the primary thing. The primary thing is issues. The primary thing is information. The primary thing is themes. Because of that, when you will look out the paper 2 questions, you will find most of the paper 2 questions will appear to be very general in nature. Whereas in paper 1 you will find the questions are very much static. So the question will be about the landform development, plate tectonic theory, continental drift theory, industrial location theory, central place theory, growth pole, growth set. So most of the questions will be direct, related to the concept, related to the theories. But when you will come out in paper 2 and you will start looking out, you will find very few questions are only checking your conceptual clarity. Rather, in most of the questions, they will be very general in nature. They will try to check your understanding of the problem, understanding of the issues. So the question will be related to the groundwater problem. The question will be related to the surface water problem. The question will be related to the agricultural problem within the backdrop of environmental issues. How the agricultural problem is creating the groundwater problem, and how the agricultural problem and groundwater problem in with each other combinedly affecting the soil erosion. So it is creating a soil problem, and how this soil problem, groundwater problem, agricultural problem is going to affect the food security. So the topics will be interrelated. Issues will be interrelated. That is what makes this paper 2 issues different from the current affairs. तो बहुत टाइम ऐसा होता है स्टूडेंट के मन में कि ठीक है करंट अफेयर पढ़ लिया और उसी करंट अफेयर को लिख देंगे. Current affairs, when you study, current affairs gives you information. Current affairs give you update. Here updation is not the, of course updation is important because issues आप नहीं समझेंगे. Updation is important, but along with the updation, you need to be interlink those issues with different topics. So if you will have, let's say, a topic, agriculture. So in agriculture, let's say you are studying a topic called agricultural productivity. तो जब आप ऑप्शनल में पढ़ते हैं तो डेफिनेटली इफ यू हैव स्टडीड इन द क्लास रूम और इफ यू विल टेक आउट द reference books, any reference book, let's say D.R. Khuller. So in that book, you will only study the agricultural productivity. I am sure that when you will study, you will find India's agricultural productivity is very low. Why low? What are the different issues in agricultural productivity? So your main purpose will be to limit yourself while studying the agricultural productivity within the sphere of agriculture. तो आप केवल एग्रीकल्चर टॉपिक के अंदर पढ़ रहे हैं, देयर इज नो डिनायल अबाउट इट. सो यू विल लिमिट योरसेल्फ विद इन द स्फीयर ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर. बट व्हेन द क्वेश्चन विल बी आस्क्ड, might be they will ask the question related to the farmers' protest, why the farmers are protesting, and they will link up with the agricultural productivity and problem of low farmers' income. They will also connect with the unemployment. So now the trend is that topics are very much same. ऐसा नहीं टॉपिक चेंज हो रहे हैं, topics are very much same, but now you have to be smart enough to link those topics from the different areas of your syllabus. So you have to link agriculture with the industry. You have to link agriculture with the water issues. You have to link agriculture with the issues of unemployment. You have to link agriculture with the issue of food security. You have to link agriculture with the issue of climate change, global warming, greenhouse gas emission. In a way, you can say in paper 2, you will require multidisciplinary approach, interlinkages of different topics. Interlinkages of different topics. That is why in paper 1, revision should be to just understand the concept. Whereas in paper 2, if you will just start doing, let's say you have started revising within the sphere of topics of the syllabus, you will find first chapter is physical setting, then you will have the resources, then you will have the agriculture, then you will have the industry, then you will have trade, transport, communication, then cultural setting, settlement, regional planning and development, political aspect, contemporary issues. So almost you will find that you will have the 10 chapters, and in 10 chapters you will have the topics. So when you will start taking out all the topics and you will start reading, it is not going to help you much, because 80 to 90 marks question will be very much general in nature, contemporary in nature, environmental in nature. So these are not the only topics that are mentioned in your contemporary issue, but they are contemporary. And these 80-90 marks question are going to be very much crucial. That is why you will find generally in paper 1, the variation of marks among the students will be comparatively lesser. Of course, I am saying for all the students that are good. So जिसने इकोनॉमिक ज्योग्राफी पढ़ी ही नहीं है, ज्योग्राफिकल थॉट जिसने पढ़ा ही नहीं है, who is not very much comfortable about the models and theories, तो हम उसकी बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. But if the student is good and he has prepared well, so if you will try to compare the marks, you will find in paper 1, as far as differences are concerned, differences will be comparatively lesser. Why the differences will be lesser? Because in paper 1, for the new ideas, creative ideas, the scope is very much limited. Whereas in paper 2, you will find a huge gap. So some student will score very well, some student will score very poor. It is not that those students who are scoring very poor, they do not have understanding of geography at all. They know geography very well, but might be they have not prepared the geography in right way. They were not very much synced up with the demand of the paper 2. So in paper 1, your focus should be to have conceptual clarity, whereas in paper 2, try to focus more on understanding issues, getting more information, getting more data, facts, case study, examples, and of course understanding the major theme. So कौन सी थीम है जो आपको प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर रही. Other than this, if you will start preparing a concise notes in the form of unit wise, issue wise. So let's say water issue is one topic, population is one topic, energy is one topic. So what can be done and you should do, all of you, irrespective आप नए हैं पुराने हैं, all of you, what you can do is let's say you have picked up a water issue. So try to have at least few factual information with you. So you can say it's a ready reckoner, it can be a ready-made data. So you can have few factual data like Earth is having 71% is watery, out of that 97% is your saline water. Then for India, what is the amount of fresh water we have? Around 4%. Out of that 4%, in which part? Divide the country in regional part, northern part, central part, northeastern part, southern part. So in which part you will have more water? Also, what are the traditional water harvesting methods? So you should note down some of the names of traditional water harvesting method. You will have wow, you will have kund. So different traditional methods. Also you need to know that in which area you will have which traditional method, water harvesting method is more popular. Then some of the recent programs, policies. So what is the Jal Jeevan Mission? What is the Jal Shakti Abhiyan? What is the target of Jal Shakti Abhiyan? What are the approaches, main objective of Jal Jeevan Mission? What are the some water shed management program that has been launched in 2021? Any area specific program? So you can have 1 to 2 pages ready material that can be included in any of the question related to water issues. Similarly, you can prepare for the population. What is the population of our country? What is the population growth rate? What is population density? How this density is varying throughout the country? And believe me, this data is not only going to help you in your geography optional, but also it will be equally helpful for your GS preparation. तो GS में जब आप geography लिखेंगे paper 1 and geography के जो questions रहेंगे paper 3 and then you will have disaster management, environment. So there also it will be helpful. Even it will be helpful in your essay paper. So prepare all the data related to population, energy. You can take out some of help of developmental magazines, Yojana, Kurukshetra. तो वहां पे कोई आपको let's say you have come across with the organic farming techniques practiced in village of Uttarakhand. You will have come across that village in Andhra Pradesh where permaculture farming has been introduced. A good article on the beekeeping in Bundelkhand region. So you can note it down. So when you will have this ready data, it will be a value addition in your answer. So when you will write the energy, let's say question has been asked for the energy related, and in that energy related, if you will write that in India we are having 60% of our energy is produced through the traditional method, conventional method, whereas the share of non-renewable energy has reached up to 24%. So when you will give some data, some fact, definitely it will have good impact over the examiner. So don't be in this misconception that no, only you have to write the concept, the data examples have no relevance. In fact, in some of the questions you will find in paper 2, they will specifically ask you to elaborate with example, to give some examples, because they want example. Let's try to understand in this way. You have been asked about landslide. You have been asked that what are the main causes of landslide and also discuss its major impact over the livelihood. तो अब अगर आप केवल लैंडस्लाइड के कॉजेज लिख दिए, आपने उसके इम्पैक्ट लिख दिए, क्या प्रॉब्लम होगा, योर आंसर विल बिकम वेरी मच यू कैन से मोनोटोनस, इट विल बी वेरी अब्स्ट्रैक्ट. लेकिन जब आप लिखेंगे लेट्स से रिसेंटली द उत्तराखंड चमोली डिस्ट्रिक्ट हैज बीन हिटेड बाय अ मेजर event of landslide, the examiner, you are conveying to the examiner that yes, you have not just studied this landslide as part of your geography optional, but also you have learned it as a something that is happening in and around the society, because we are living beings, and whatever you are studying in geography is happening in and around us. तो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि जो आप पढ़ते हैं वो केवल किताबों में लिखा है, बाकी नहीं है. So you have to be more and more practical. You have to be more and more practical. So in case of paper 2, it will be very helpful. It will be very helpful. So try to prepare a list. Other than this, try to include maps and diagrams. As far as in paper 1 is concerned, nowadays you will find few questions of India specific is generally being asked even in paper 1 also. So when they are asking India specific question in paper 1, be it from the monsoon or be it from the earthquake, you are expected to draw India map. But in rest of the question, rather than drawing the world map, it will be better if you can draw the diagram, because the world map definitely will be a time consuming, and more important, whatever the small size you will draw, it will take a space also. So आपको ऐसा नहीं है कि हर क्वेश्चन में केवल बता दिया गया तो आपको मैप ड्रॉ करना है. That should not be the right approach. Your main approach, your main purpose is to enrich your answer. तो आप मैप ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं, डायग्राम बना रहे हैं, तो उससे आप एक कन्वे कर रहे हैं that you know this topic well and you are trying to get 1.5 mark extra. So ऐसा मत करिए that in every question you have pre-decided that I will draw a diagram, I will draw a map. Try to draw the diagram where it is needed. Try to draw map where it is needed. So if the map is required, draw only map. If diagram is required, draw only diagram. Other thing. While drawing the map, even for the India specific also, try to draw the sectional map. Until unless you are presenting, you are showing some of the things, phenomena, which is well distributed throughout the country. If it is not well distributed throughout the country, let's say you have to just show something that is in the peninsular India. So it's better to just draw the peninsular India map rather than drawing the whole India map. It will have good impact, and of course it will be a time saving, space saving. As far as paper 2 is concerned, in paper 2, of course, maps and diagrams are no doubt is important, but here examples, case studies, best practices will be more important. अब ये सवाल उठेगा, how we will get the examples, case study, best practices. So for that I already have suggested you to prepare a list. क्योंकि ऐसा पॉसिबल नहीं होगा कि आप अच्छी अच्छी केस स्टडी लिखें और अच्छे अच्छे एग्जाम्पल्स लिखें बिना प्रिपरेशन के. दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी पॉसिबल. सो यू हैव टू हैव एग्जाम्पल्स, केस स्टडी. You need to prepare the list, and also you need to prepare. Let's say on agriculture, let's take an example. Let's say you are writing on organic farming. तो ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग पे आप देखेंगे इन लास्ट 1 year at least you will find, even in the development magazines also, at least you will find 9 to 10 good practices, good examples. Now whether you have to read all the 9-10 examples, all the 9-10 cases, no. The moment you have come across with one case study or maximum 2 case study, you need to stop. तो अगर आपने 1-2 एग्जाम्पल्स केस स्टडी नोट कर लिया अपनी नोटबुक में, तो फिर आपकी उस टॉपिक पे कहीं भी मटेरियल आने दीजिए. डू नॉट रन बिहाइंड दैट मटेरियल. You are not supposed to do research on the organic farming. You are not supposed to submit paper, thesis on the organic farming. You have to just write 150 words or maximum 250 words. And that too in the backdrop of some other theme. तो केवल यह नहीं पूछा जाएगा कि राइट ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग, डिस्कस ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग, explain organic farming. So that is not going to happen. So please be very clear, while preparing the examples, while preparing the case study, you need to be very much rational. You need to be very much economical. तो अगर आपको एक दो मिल गए, that will be more than enough. So I will summarize in the end what all of you can do in next 75 days. First, revision. Revision should be time bound through the answer writing. The next thing is preparing paper 1 and paper 2 differently. So paper 1 किस तरीके से करना, paper 2 किस तरीके से करना, I have elaborated. And again, whatever new things you are going to do, try to do it in next 50-55 days. तो ऐसा नहीं कि अगर आप कोई नई चीज पढ़ने जा रहे हैं, कंटेम्प्रेरी इश्यूज पढ़ने जा रहे हैं, और यू आर गोइंग टू study, you are going to prepare some of the case study examples, try to complete it within the next 50-55 days, because whatever you will study next, you have to revise that also. One more thing, if you will join some of the test, if you will join some of the test series, so you will find in the test series there will be lot of new questions. And for all those new questions, you will be given some form of model answer or hint. So those areas which you are not comfortable, just read those hints and the answers. That will also be very much helpful in preparing those keywords, specifically for those students who are not well prepared, or you can say fully prepared. And the last but not the least, always remember that in optional, there is no complete preparation. There is no complete preparation. You can say complete preparation word itself is a myth. So whether you are preparing for last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you have just started your preparation some 2-3 months back and you have done very well in your prelims and you want to appear in mains, please be very clear, there is nothing like complete preparation of optional. It will take lot of time for the complete preparation, और जब तक आप complete preparation करेंगे तब तक आप UPSC के लिए नहीं रहेंगे, फिर आप definitely you will not be suitable for the UPSC. So please be very clear, all of the students that are going to appear, or you can say all your competitors, none of them have the complete preparation. They are just smart enough to beat you. So you have to be smart enough, beat them. That's it. That can be through proper revision, that can be through good presentation of the answer, that can be through more and more answer writing practices. So that's it from my side, and I hope that if you will go through with this approach class, definitely it will be very helpful to all those who are going to write this year's mains. If you have any query, any doubt, you can reach me out related to geography optional. Thank you.